long as people have been putting to sea, they've been burying people at sea. In earlier times, the body was sewn into a shroud that was usually made of sailcloth and weighted down, and the body was then sent over the side with an appropriate religious ceremony. As historians would tell you, as late as World War II, there were many, many burials at sea when ships would go to sea for weeks and months at a time. As far as I know today, they generally, the ships, unless you're on a sailing ship, the big military vessels do not do a burial at sea. They'll bring the body back in a refrigerated capacity, but there are still many people who get buried at sea. Servicemen choose to, they're veterans, their families, they still choose to be buried at sea. For every joy that passes, something beautiful remains. I'll open it now for any comments that you'd like to make. Any last thoughts? Any last things you'd want to say to Kathy?
A wonderful co-worker, a wonderful friend to sail with. I have some great memories of sailing through the San Juan Islands with her, and Joe Silverberg and Pete Mooney and several others. Crossing Lake Michigan with Kathy and Fred, Pete Mooney again. She will be missed.
This is such a Kathy day. She would be, this is something she would come down to the union and say, I got some work to do. But she'd sneak off and she'd do a little sailing. This was her place. Almost every boat that got here using sails that Kathy at one point or another fixed. So every time we sail, her memory lives on. On the river of life, Kathy is fixing the sails and giving tours.
Not only is she fixing sails, she's making sails. Spray, J29 Spinnaker, J, the jib sail, all of her handiwork. And she's taught so many of us how to sew and how to fix sails. The club is so much richer for having known her. So are we.
Kathy is not the lady that initially I saw eye to eye with about Spray's interior color.
Oh, I know. How many times did you want to send that back?
Those who were involved know that struggle, but we struck up a friendship, and anyone else?
Kathy was the one person you could always guarantee when you come down to her first, she'd see you and ask how you doing and want to sit down and listen to what you had to say. She was just an amazing presence in the club, and one of my favorite memories is our trip to the Tortugas.
Any other comments? I'll add my own final comment, and that is in the silence of all whatever you're thinking right now, hear this clanging of halyards on the mast. And as a sailor, that always tells me I'm in port, and I'm safe. And so somewhere Kathy's safe in some port somewhere, and we miss her, but we'll be sailing with her again. some point. We'll finally, we'll end with a prayer, a traditional prayer of burial at sea. We therefore commit Kathy's remains to the deep, looking for the resurrection of the body, when the sea shall give up her dead, to the life of the world to come, through our Lord Jesus Christ, who at his coming shall change our body, that it may be like his glorious body, according to the mighty working whereby he is able to subdue all things to himself.
Throw it overboard.
Official end of the watch, 8 bells.
Kathy!